The last video I made talked about my need for some sanity because of all of the stuff on media, all of the crises going on, all of the different causes and climate changes and all the things that we needed to be involved with just to make a difference in the world. And I decided one of the ways to relieve myself of some of that, if you want to say hectic craziness, was to turn off media, to not be listening so much to news and all kinds of radio and other social media, but instead to take time for myself. Well, I've done a fair amount of that, but one of the things I do is I listen to podcasts. And in that way, I can kind of hear different things, shut it off when I want to, have some podcasts that make me laugh and smile. I listen to things about culture and comedy and current events. I listen to some things to learn more about history and how that ties into our particular current events. And most of that is very informative. Some of it makes me smile, some of it makes me think, but it doesn't get me all riled up, and it doesn't get me to a point where I feel overloaded. And you'll see on the screen a listing of some of the podcasts that I listen to. It's not all of them, but it gives you a representation of what I listen to. A podcast that got me thinking was talking about this idea of the American dream and this idea of, if you work hard enough, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. And the person was talking about the narratives that a lot of us share about our lives, and especially the narratives from hindsight. When we look at where we are, we often say it's because of all of my efforts and all of my abilities that it's gotten me where I'm at. But this particular scholar and author talked about the process or the reality that a lot of us get to where we are because of luck. And by luck, a lot of us think of, wow, we won the lottery as luck. But I thought about what this person was saying, and I put it into the context of my own life. In many ways, and I had no control over this, I was born in a certain place. I was born in the state of Minnesota. I had stable parents. My parents had stable incomes. And in many ways, I had the opportunity and the freedom to develop in a number of ways. I went to a small school and had friends, and even there I had good teachers, and teaching was a profession that was held in high esteem, unlike it is in some other places in the country. And after I got out of high school, I went to 3 different colleges in 4 years, partially because I wasn't satisfied really at any of them. I was looking for something, and every college accepted my application. They accepted and transferred my credits. Why? I don't know. I think part of that was luck, because they didn't have to do that. During those years, I did a fair amount of alcohol abuse, and one of the things that I guess you could say was lucky is after doing a fair amount of drinking one evening, I decided I was going to go out and ride my motorcycle. Well, I didn't even get out of the parking lot. I didn't really have a lot of speed going on, and I hit the curb and the motorcycle tipped over, and I tipped over with it. As luck would have it, or if you want to call it luck, sometimes I like to call it grace or circumstances. Somebody else on campus saw what happened and came over and helped me and convinced me to roll the motorcycle back to where I had started from and they took me into the dorm and made sure that I wasn't going to put the key in the ignition again and go riding. If it was left up to me, I may not be here. I may not have survived some of those years of college. It wasn't because of my hard work. Some of it was because of luck. I got out of college and applied to seminary. Did I have qualifications? Sure I did. I had good grades, and I had a degree from an institution of secondary education. So, I was doing all right, but I didn't have some of the prerequisites, so I had to go to summer school and get those. One of the things that happened when I got done with seminary is I didn't have much debt. Why? Because a congregation that I had been a part of, but not necessarily a real active part of, was willing to help pay a significant part of my tuition to make that happen. They saw it as part of their mission to the world. Was it because I was so great? No. It was a lot of being in the right place at the right time with people who saw that as important. It was luck. And those sorts of things continued throughout my life. I'm not saying that I'm not capable and talented and competent, but a lot of things fell into place not because I made them happen. It's because things happened around me and I happened to take advantage of it. So did I work hard to get where I'm at? I've worked, but a lot of it, in many ways, fell into place around me, and I was fortunate enough to be, if you want to say, at the right place at the right time. Circumstances prevailed, and I'm where I'm at right now. Almost going to be 68, still employed, still enjoying life, still healthy. Did I do it all myself? No. A lot of it was going on around me, and I just happened to be there and was able to take advantage of it. In my background, at least as I began, and my affiliation and upbringing in the Lutheran Christian traditions, one of the phrases that Martin Luther used to explain the Apostles' Creed, the third part of the Apostles' Creed, talking about the Holy Spirit, is Martin Luther wrote that I cannot by my own understanding or effort. And it was talking about, or Luther was talking about, faith. Faith is a gift. It's not something we earn. It's not something we study hard to get. It's not something we take off the shelf. It's not given to us as a degree that we've done the right thing. I cannot by my own understanding or effort. I like to think of my life that way. And at times, I think maybe that would be a better way for a lot of us to look at life. It's not about the narrative of, oh, I did so much hard work and I overcame so many obstacles and I did it all myself. I'm a self-made human being. I don't know which word you want to use. Luck, grace, circumstances. But I think a lot of us get where we are because of that. And in those ways, we can have gratitude beyond, if you want to say, chaos of life. That we don't have to conquer everything, that we do not have to feel we have to make the world a better place because a lot of things happen around us, and we're just lucky enough to be there to make a difference. Once again, thank you for watching.